Good morning, friends. As Deb was talking about having conversation with friends and things like that, we were talking about the fact that so much of the time we feel like we need to overhaul this stuff, or, we've gone out to dinner and we had something that wasn't the best on the plan or whatever, or for, we don't have plans, but for our best diet, whatever. And we feel like we have to start all over again. And it's so mentally challenging when we have to keep coming at it with things like that. If you can change your mindset to know that this is life, this is what you're doing for life. That one meal that you had that wasn't the most optimum, did you enjoy it? I hope you enjoyed it, because that's really the key. Enjoy it, but then get back to having more things. Or if you know that, like, you're going out to dinner and they have foods that you don't generally eat, but you're really looking forward to it. How about if, as you're leading up to it, you just make sure that, your other meals during the day, you've got lots of fruits and vegetables, and you've had your leafy greens, and you've had lots of water if you think that, you're going to have a drink with dinner tonight. Like, there are so many things that it doesn't need to be all or nothing. Just make sure that you're adding in a lot of the leafy greens and the cruciferous vegetables and like the water, fruits. Make sure that you're having enough of those on a regular basis, that when you have that one meal that's not optimum, that you don't beat yourself up for it. First of all, that does nothing. So don't beat yourself up for it, but enjoy it. And just know that it's a meal.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think often what we do is we starve ourselves all day to think, well, I'm gonna indulge tonight, so I'm gonna starve myself. And like, yeah, maybe even just throwing an apple, or if you know that your dinner is probably not optimal, and then throw in some good stuff. Just a little bit. I mean, you could have an apple or a pear. I'm trying to eat more fiber because that's good for us. Mm-hmm. And it helps with cholesterol, which is what I'm working on right now. So yeah, like, I'm not gonna have the best thing for dinner, but I'll have something to offset it a little bit, or a salad, and I think what we do is we starve ourselves all day thinking, well, I'll just save everything for dinner. And then, like, we haven't really fed it anything that our bodies can use optimally. So yeah, it's all about adding things in. It's not always about taking things out.
Right.
Or what we can't have or what we shouldn't have. Well, offsetting it a little bit. So
yeah, because nobody feels good when they're doing that deprivation thing, whether it's depriving yourself of food or depriving you, like, it's when we look at it that way, I can't have this, I can't have that. No, look at, what can I have? What can I add to it? Maybe even with that meal, is there something that, is there one part that you really love that maybe you can pair something else with it? That, like, I know when I go out, if I get a burger, sometimes, not always, because sometimes I want my French fries, but depending on where it is, sometimes I'll substitute a salad or a vegetable. We have Applebee's. I don't know if they still do, because we don't get there very often anymore. They had fantastic broccoli. I don't know what they did to it, but like, we used to they have a really good broccoli. So sometimes, like, if I was getting a wrap, that I would get the broccoli as a side instead of the French fries. Now, I will say that, if I'm out with Steve, he probably got the French fries, so I might have one or two. So that I have the best of both.
That's how I like to do it, honestly.
Yeah.
Or we'll do that on purpose. Like, we'll go to Red Robin and you can get all you can eat broccoli as a side as well as fries. So one will get one will get the other, and then we have the best of all of it.
I love that.
I do too. Because sometimes I just want a couple fries. I don't want a whole plate full, because I don't feel well on them. I will eat them, but I don't feel well all the time. Yeah. So it's a kind of a nice, like, hey, I'll get this and you get that, and we'll share, because Scott loves broccoli just as much too. So yeah, why not? I love restaurants that allow you to do that.
And more of them do. There are more and more restaurants that will allow you to substitute things. So, start thinking about that way. Try to, anytime you can add something, it just feels better. It's better mentally. it's better for our, just our overall thought process of what can I add to this instead of, oh my gosh, I can't have that. I can't have that. I can't have, that's just a stinky way to look at food is supposed to
Well,
be enjoyable.
right. Well, I was thinking about that this morning. I mean, that's why God gave us a palate because he meant for food to be enjoyed. So we eat, because otherwise we're not going to eat and nourish ourselves.
Right.
And unfortunately, we just have been exposed to so many like fake stuff that we've forgotten what real food tastes like and how good it is. But we're created to enjoy our food.
Absolutely.
So yeah, find ways to enjoy it. And we've talked about that before. If there's vegetable you don't like, change the texture. I mean, yeah. So
There's lots of choices
we have lots of good choices. Yep.
for sure. All right, everybody, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.